Chiều nay mưa rông ở đâu cứ chút phao lờ, sao lối đi về nhà anh lại rộn vang tiếng pháo hồng. Vậy sao yêu thương từ lâu đã hóa lạnh lùng, anh báo tin mừng thì tôi phải vui hay nên là khó. Ngày hôm ấy hoàng hôn chưa tàn, mặt trời đã chiếu qua tim, về tình cũ chưa phơi nghẹn ngào, em đã vội đến bên anh. Ngày hôm ấy ai đã buông mình, nghiêng chiều đổ nắng xuống mây mênh mông, để em ôm cả trời bão giông giữa ngày đông. Tình như sóng mới xô sát bờ, đã vội ngược gió ra khơi, vội vã đến cũng vội vã rời, tội nghiệp em lắm anh ơi. Anh đã có những ngày nắng đẹp, sao còn giữ những đêm mưa, giữ lại cho nỗi đau cũ hay tình yêu mới. Chiều nay mưa rông ở đâu cứ chút phao lờ, sao lối đi về nhà anh lại rộn vang tiếng pháo hồng. Vậy sao yêu thương từ lâu đã hóa lạnh lùng, anh báo tin mừng thì tôi phải vui hay nên là khó. Ngày ấy anh thương người ta đói lắm nặng lòng, em tránh em hơn làm chi để giải tới hy vọng. Trời ơi khi nghe người ta nhắc chữ vợ chồng, nước mắt cứ trào tựa như rất lâu rồi mới khó. Tình như sóng mới xô sát bờ, đã vội ngược gió ra khơi, vội vã đến cũng vội vã rời, tội nghiệp em lắm anh ơi. Anh đã có những ngày nắng đẹp, sao còn giữ những đêm mưa, giữ lại cho nỗi đau cũ hay tình yêu mới. Chiều nay mưa rông ở đâu cứ chút phao lờ, sao lối đi về nhà anh lại rộn vang tiếng pháo hồng. Vậy sao yêu thương từ lâu đã hóa lạnh lùng, anh báo tin mừng thì tôi phải vui hay nên là khó. Ngày ấy anh thương người ta đói lắm nặng lòng, em tránh em hơn làm chi để giải tới hy vọng. Trời ơi khi nghe người ta nhắc chữ vợ chồng, nước mắt cứ trào tựa như rất lâu rồi mới khó. Ngày ấy anh thương người ta đói lắm nặng lòng, em tránh em hơn làm chi để giải tới hy vọng. Trời ơi khi nghe người ta nhắc chữ vợ chồng, nước mắt cứ trào tựa như rất lâu rồi mới khó. Nước mắt cứ trào
Ok, hello anh em và chào mừng anh em đã quay trở lại với chương trình của Vietcombank Retro Game Podcast này, gọi trực tiếp game cổ. Và tối ngày hôm nay thì chúng ta sẽ đến một tựa game hoàn toàn mới, thì nó có tên là Juarez Gunslinger. Thì đây là phiên bản thứ 4 trong dòng series của Juarez, ra mắt năm 2013 trên hệ máy Xbox 360, PS3, PC, PCL và đến 2019 thì có một phiên bản trên Nintendo Switch. Nhưng mà thực ra tôi nghĩ là anh em nên trải nghiệm cái phiên bản trên Xbox 360, tại vì tôi nói thật là bản trên Switch thì thực ra nó không tệ, nhưng mà đối với tôi thấy kiểu performance trên Switch khá là chán. Nên là chúng ta sẽ bắt đầu với cái câu chuyện của tựa game này. Thì nó không liên quan gì đến những cái phần trước của hai phần đầu, nhưng mà tôi thấy là con game này khá là được Techland quan tâm và được port lại lên tất cả những cái hệ máy khác. Tôi nghĩ là chắc chắn là con game này nó phải có một cái điều gì đó đặc biệt so với hai phần đầu. Gần như là tôi còn không thấy nó được remaster lại lên trên những cái phiên bản khác cơ. Ok, tôi sẽ chỉnh cho cái scale này. Rồi, ok, let's go. Tôi nghĩ là con game này phải loát còn ngon đấy. Tôi sẽ tắt cái sensitive lên một chút. Còn âm nhạc của con game này khá là hay nhé. Đấy là tiếng Espanya, ở đây chúng ta có 3 chế độ chơi anh em ạ. Một là story, 2 là arcade và 3 là duo. Tôi nghĩ là phần arcade và duo thì chắc chắn là sẽ được sau này tôi bổ sung ở trong cái chuyên mục Our Story. Rồi chúng ta sẽ bắt đầu với cái phần story thôi. Normal thôi. Normal thôi anh em ạ. Normal thôi.
Easy boy.
Don't I know you, sir?
Don't believe so. I haven't been here in many years. Name's Silas Greaves.
Silas Greaves? The bounty hunter?
Used to be.
What are you doing here in Abilene?
Just passing through. Got a little business to take care of.
Well, sir, it would be an honor if you would allow me to buy you a beer.
Hell, son, it would be my honor to drink it.
I'm Molly. Howdy.
I'm Dwight. That's Jack and Steve. Ben's behind the bar. Oh, I bet you got some great stories.
A couple.
Any of them true?
Jack, be nice.
A few.
What about your shootout with Henry Plummer's gang in Bannock, Montana? Is that where you started as a bounty hunter? That's what it says in this here dime novel.
Don't believe everything you read in them dime novels, boy. First man I hunted was back when I was riding with Billy the Kid.
You knew Billy the Kid?
Damn right. That scrawny son of a bitch had no fear. Wouldn't back down for nobody.
I heard he collected the 10 stars off any crooked lawmen who crossed him.
It was a war, boy. The Lincoln County War. And Billy promised his regulators would take the life of every bastard who helped bushwhack John Tunstall.
Kid had a big chip on his shoulder and a hair-trigger temper. Made him dangerous as hell.
Kid cái gì có một điểm yếu gì ở vai ấy, nhưng mà điều này luôn luôn khiến hắn trở nên nguy hiểm. Once upon a time in Stinking Spring. Với cả ngày xưa ở một mùa xuân bốc mùi. Ok. go.
It was about 30 years ago.
Đó là 30.
Billy was hiding out in an abandoned farm near Stinking Springs.
Billy đang trốn trong một cái nhà kho bỏ hoang gần Stinking Springs.
I threw in with the kid because the man I had sworn vengeance on was riding with Billy's enemies. But before I tell you why I want that sumbitch dead, let me tell you what happened that day. I was heading back to the hideout when suddenly I had this funny feeling.
Funny, haha.
No, Steve. The other kind of funny.
Vui vẻ theo kiểu khác tớ. Bản link box 360 cũng khá là tựa anh em ạ. Khá ấn tượng. Con này dùng Chrome Engine 6 tức là chắc là engine cùng thời với cả Dying Light tất nhiên vậy. Vậy là ra con game này là con game kỹ đầu tiên. Sau này là Dying Light. Một engine là Chrome Engine 6.
You heard that. You need to stay here in that room. That's not fair. We're missing all the fun.
I knew those two morons would never let me through.
Tôi biết hai thằng
I had no choice.
không bao giờ để tôi đi qua, nhưng tôi không có một lựa chọn nào khác.
Who's that? Is he with us?
Was it Pat Garrett's posse?
Oh, yeah. I heard the shots and I knew I had to move fast. Garrett and his army of deputies had surrounded the entire homestead.
Garrett và đội quân của ông ấy đã chuẩn bị phục kích bao vây sẵn. Ok. Cái hay ở cái con game này anh em ạ, đó là có một sự thay đổi rất là lớn từ kể từ hồi sau phiên bản Cartel. Giờ Cartel đấy là cái nút nạp đạn đổi từ Y sang thành cái mic để cho nó kiểu gọi là phổ biến hơn. Trong cái đấy thì anh em phải hiểu rằng là cái game hai cái phần đầu của cái con game của nợ này và kể cả Dead Island nhá, nạp đạn là nạp đạn bằng phím Y. Và trong phiên bản PS3 là nạp đạn bằng phím tam giác, nhưng mà kiểu well sang đến phiên bản này lại về nạp đạn bằng phím X luôn. Okay, let's go.
They're coming from the rear!
I decided to help Billy and the boys out a bit. So that's just what I did. The governor of New Mexico was paying for the kid's apprehension. Garrett was able to hire every gun hand in Lincoln County. I knew that going through that front door meant putting my butt in a shooting gallery, so I decided to get sneaky. pirates, man, were running around like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off.
skill anh em ạ.
Still, one of them reached the water tower. Not a bad idea. It would be a turkey shoot from up there.
Where'd he come from?
Luckily, these shooters Garrett hired weren't the sharpest tools in the shed. The right position is very important. Personally, I prefer to be on top.
Oh, you do you?
Indeed, darling. But where was I? Oh, yeah. A lot of them were saddle tramps or sod busters or drunken drifters looking to make a few bucks. Then, I heard a friendly voice yelling at me from the window. Back door! We'll cover you!
Watch your flank!
Truth be told, things weren't much better behind the house. I cut their numbers in half. But that just made the ones that were left twice as mad.
Take us all on!
They made up for their lack of skill with a seemingly endless supply of ammo.
Kill him for Christ's sake! Somebody kill him!
It was a bit of a slog, but I finally fought my way around the back of the house. And like that, I was inside, none the worse for wear. I passed Dirty Dave.
Deader than a rat in a trap!
And upstairs I found Billy and Charlie Baldry.
Khi tôi lên trên tầng, tôi gặp Billy và Charlie Baldry. 21 kill ở tuổi 21. Okay.
Billy looked at me and said, "About time, amigo! Grab a gun and get to the window."
Wait, so you were friends with Billy the Kid?
Yeah, sort of. Anyway, we were surrounded by dozens of deputized shooters who wanted to do us harm. I'm telling you, Garrett's men were dropping like flies, but they just kept on coming. That's when Charlie got hit. "They're catching us in a crossfire," shouted Billy. "Get to the other side."
You can't take us all on! Where'd he come from?
I don't know how many of those cocksuckers I personally put down, but it was pretty clear, even to Billy, that maybe discretion was the better part of valor.
What's that mean?
It means that it was time to cut and run. "They got a Gatling," Billy shouted. "Get the horses and bring them round back. I'll draw their attention." He directed that order at me, and I thought, why the hell do I have to do it? But I went anyway. Dumbass that I was back then.
Those poor sons of bitches are
Many
done
would have
for.
fled in my place. But I had that false sense of invincibility that many young men have. Like Jack here.
What are you saying, old man?
Jack, he's just joshing with you.
Yeah, he better be.
Mr. Greaves, please continue.
Please, call me Silas, ma'am. Now, where was I?
You were heading for the barn.
Making my way past a passel of fallen foes.
I'm done with you.
Sounds like Garrett hired a whole regiment of hired guns.
Yeah, and just when I thought I was done with them, more of these hapless bastards would pop up. Finally, I had the stables within my reach. And that's when I met Sheriff Pat Garrett.
I read that you went toe-to-toe with him, sir. That backstabbing bastard with that tacked-on tin star.
Sắc bén Pat Garrett. Sát trưởng Pat Garrett này em ạ.
You challenged him to a showdown.
You read that in a dime novel?
It said he showed no fear as he took your measure with eyes like a rattlesnake.
Mày đọc quá nhiều tiểu thuyết rồi đấy. Mày bị bình thường. Bấm RT Draw Weapon. RT là cái gì? À, đây.
And that you killed him in a fair fight.
Is that what that Penny Dreadful says? No, boy. That ain't what I meant when I said I met Pat Garrett. So let me start again. I finally reached those damn stables. And stepped inside, and
Bam.
last thing I heard was Garrett's voice.
Tôi nghe thấy là giọng của
That's
Garrett
not
thôi.
Billy.
Thằng này không phải Billy.
And go on. How did it end?
Thế
And
hết à?
boy, that was just the beginning.
Mấy ông ạ, mọi chuyện mới chỉ bắt đầu thôi. Ok, để xem skill của tôi nào. Chúng ta tiếp tục là let's go.
So what happened? Did Garrett arrest you?
Yeah, after I came to,
Có bắt ông không?
bastard had clocked me with his colt.
Đã bắt và tra hỏi tôi bằng khẩu côn.
And the kid surrendered?
When he realized there was no getting out of there alive,
So they locked you up in Lincoln?
indeed they did. Sentenced me to hang right along with the kid.
Và từ đó kết thúc cuộc đời của Kid. A Fistful of Hot Lip. Sau khi mọi chuyện sau sự kiện xảy ở Stinking Spring thì Kid bị giết anh em ạ. Thì Billy the Kid thì tôi kể cho anh em mà Billy the Kid là người có thật nhé. Billy the Kid từng là một tay súng khá là khét tiếng ở Mỹ vào thế kỷ 19. Khi mà anh ta được 21 tuổi thì hắn đã giết được khá là nhiều mạng. 21 mạng khi vừa tròn 21 tuổi. Wow, cool.
It's important to know that I was only riding with Billy so I could find the bastard I was after.
Tôi không thể gặp được.
He was with John Kinney's gang.
Sau khi bắt ra
They were sworn enemies of Billy's regulators.
Why were you after him?
I owed that son of a bitch a bullet for what he had done to me and mine. Instead, all I got for myself was a goddamn death sentence. Luckily, it was right around then that I heard Billy make his move. He shot Jim Bell and a few other guards as he made his getaway. Later, they wrote that some lady friend planted a pistol for him in the privy. What the papers didn't say is that Billy helped me escape too. My first order of business was finding a firearm. Luckily, I located Deputy Bob Ollinger's mean-ass shotgun. I saw Billy through the window, and he yelled that I should take to the rooftops to make my escape. So I did.
Anybody see Billy?
Hell yeah. That scatter gun was like a double-barreled howitzer. It could blow a man clear off his feet. You hardly had to aim the damn thing. The kids escaped raised a huge ruckus. Guards were everywhere looking for him.
Can't let the kid get away.
I had to jump from roof to roof like a damn alley cat. I followed the planks where I could, but some of that wood was slippery as hell. The whole town was up in arms. And suddenly, I was a fugitive.
So that bastard you were after, what did he do?
He did me and my family a grievous harm. But I knew if I was ever going to find him, I would need to get my ever-loving ass out of there. I tried to be stealthy and sneak my way past.
This town doesn't have a moment's peace.
But hell, if they weren't all waiting for him. Apparently, some of them thought I was Billy.
Hooligans can go to hell.
He's in town somewhere.
See, me and the kid shared a certain similarity in build and coloring. I was just glad I had Deputy Bob's mean-ass shotgun. So much lead was whizzing by my head, it was like everyone in Lincoln wanted to put me in the ground. I knew I needed to find a horse. Though I never did have a great fondness for those four-legged grass eaters. Smelly, sweaty, ungrateful beasts. We prize them too high, if you ask me.
But where was the kid while you were busy getting shot at?
Gone. And that's when it occurred to me why Billy set me free. So I could be a hapless decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town. I knew if I made it out of there in one piece, no one would put a price on my head.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be dead?
No. They all thought I was Billy. And all that blame would fall on him. Meanwhile, Deputy Bob Ollinger was organizing a posse to put me down. He was already a mean son of a bitch, but he was doubly pissed that I stole his mean-ass shotgun. Anyway, it was me or them, and the only way forward led me straight to perdition. But the cards were dealt, and I had no choice but to play them. found what I was looking for. The stables on the edge of town.
I guess Billy saved your ass, taking out Bob Ollinger the way he did.
Billy didn't kill Bob.
Well, sure he did. He dispatched him right after he shot Deputy Bell.
No, sir. Because Bob came right up behind me, angry as hell that Billy had lit out. "Hello, Bob," I said. "I think you better let me go." And he says, "I don't think so, boy. Not with my shotgun." So we stood there in the middle of the street, eyeball to eyeball. He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself. Some say I fought unfairly. They weren't the ones looking him in the eye that day. Pat Garrett gunned down Billy 3 months later, so his escape was all for naught anyway.
So where'd you go after Lincoln?
Mexico. Until I realized nobody was looking for me. I ended up taking a job at the Rurales.
The Mexican Rurales?
I was hired to help them track down the cowboys.
The most vicious outlaw gang in Cochise County? Curly Bill Brocious? Johnny Ringo?
Led by old man Clanton himself.
They must have paid you a pretty penny to take them hombres on.
Not really. But truth be told, I had my own reasons for going after those boys.
So was the bastard you were after now riding with the cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh.
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. And yes, he was working for old man Clanton. I came upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man.
Over there! There!
I did my best to help those poor passengers. Moments later, the attackers were dead, and I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing. None. It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often did. They would appear in great numbers from above and rain down lead on their hapless enemies' heads, making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to them.
Hold on. Were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force. See, at the time, I was still pretty green and would often blunder into regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to fight my way past these other assholes first. Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo. Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up.
Where's he going?
Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim. Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament.
Shoot that rebel!
Asshole deserves to die. I ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me. Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over and die. I just kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be if Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this? I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going. And that's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition. Bat Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good, and he would know. And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo. That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become the hunter. Time.
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
That's right, Jack. I was done running. And the old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir. I came at them like a wildcat. My fury knew no bounds. It was finally time for that old man to pay for his sins. I'm putting you down!